All right. Well, welcome everybody to our stats. This is for March of 2024. My name is Chad Murdock, and this is also,
Team, Jeremy Manwaring.
and if we have some other people, introduce yourselves.
Mike Carlson.
Alex Stoltz.
And Alex Stoltz. Yeah. So we're going to go over the stats. This is for March of 2024. And basically, you just kind of give us a snapshot of what things are looking like in Bonneville County, Bingham County, Jefferson County, and we're going to talk a little bit about Madison and Fremont County as well today. So anyway, Jeremy, you want to get us rolling on Bonneville County? What kind of stands out to you with a snapshot?
Yeah. So the home sales. So just so we're clear, this is just for the month of March. From March 2023, there was 127 homes that sold. In March 24, so this year, just that 1 month, 122 sold. So we are down the number of homes that have sold. What's interesting is below that, the number of new listings that came on the market. Last year, this month, we had 150, but this year we had 180. And you'll see another.
That's a great sign.
Yeah, more inventory is good for everybody. Buyers have been looking for this time where there's going to be more to look at, more available, and so we are seeing an increase. Other counties quite a bit more. So you'll see Bonneville County is up, but not as big of an increase. Days on market. How long does it take a home to go from active to pending? We're quicker this year than last year. And so if you think about all the new homes that came on the market, those are new listings. They're not all necessarily sold or pending. And so that may show up in days on the market later, and so typically you get more homes on the market, you may have longer days to sell it because there's more things that have to sell and that absorption takes a little bit longer. But over on the right side, home prices last year, average was 388, and this year we're 391. So we are seeing an increase. It's ticking up. We're not seeing the bottom fall out of prices or sold values. Rates, they're about the same as last year. They're up a little bit. They've kind of fluctuated right at that 6.5 to 7, depends on the day or the week. But it could be like that the rest of this year, depending on who you talk to. We're watching inflation. If inflation stays level or goes down a bit, we may see a bit of a decrease in rates this year, but probably not likely. So this is the new normal. If we see rates go down to 5%, it's going to eat up all our new listings that we have. It's going to make things way more affordable, and inflation will just go up because prices will go up driven by the huge demand. And so they're trying to avoid that and keep inflation at a steady rate, so we don't get priced out of everything. So 2.2 months is the absorption rate. We're looking for about 4 to 6 to be a balanced market. So
I'd say the takeaway here for Bonneville County, I'd say for the most part, it's flat from where it is year over year, except for we've got a lot of new listings. And so that's really a great change. That's a positive change for our market. So cool. Well, let's move on to Bingham County. So as far as Bingham County goes, sales are down about almost 20%. Last March, there were 36 that sold and 29 that sold. So 20% sounds like a lot. It really translates to about 7 homes, which maybe isn't as much, but it's down 20%. New listings down a little bit as well. Days on market is up, so it's taking longer to sell. So
longer to sell less homes. Bingham County is a little
homes.
different. Yeah.
Yep. Prices are down 10.5%, down from 386 to 345. That's a big number.
Mm-hmm.
Interest rates, it's the same. Those aren't by territory, and absorption rates really about the same. So I'd say overall, Bingham County is kind of, those aren't the best signs for a county. If you're a buyer, those are great signs. I mean, the Bingham County is probably the best place right now to go find a deal. I mean, prices are down, sales are down. They aren't getting many new listings. It's taking longer to sell a house. So Bingham County is kind of my county on sale for this month. So that's where you want to go for your
Could
deals.
be, yeah, could be. But with less
Yep.
less homes coming on the market, it may drive prices up because there's not as much to choose from. So keep an eye on
Yeah.
that.
Yep. For sure. All right. Let's move on to Jefferson. Jeremy, you want to nail this one?
Yeah, yeah. Jefferson, kind of the same with the number of sales. You know, we're not talking about hundreds, but 26 to 22 this year. So we're down 15%. New listings are similar. Last year we had 34, this year only 32. But look at days on market. Things are really being driven up and longer on the market, sitting, not selling as quickly. It might be a seller's issue, thinking that they can maintain price without price drops and pulling the market up to them. Sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't, but we are seeing longer days on the market. Look at the home prices. That might be a indication of some of the days on market as people are still pushing the prices up, because we're up almost 24% year over year for this month. So
Translating about $100,000. I mean, that's
yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy. So, and that is sold properties on average, right? So it's not saying everybody's house is worth 24% more, but on average, the homes up there in Jefferson County are going up. And so we have about 3% unchanged absorption rate. So market is pretty stable and continuing in the way it was last year, and still edging on the edge on the side of a seller's market, because we have still a bit of a lack of inventory. So
I dug into that sales price thing a little bit, wondering, I'm like, well, there's some like big expensive properties that sold in March of, last month, but no, not really. I mean, there's just a lot of higher priced homes that sold. So that's a pretty accurate average sales price, up 100,000. So
crazy.
yeah. All right. So looking at Madison County, we don't always cover Madison County, but sales are up considerably. Oh, they almost doubled. So there were 10 only that sold last year, and we had 19 sell last month. New listings have more than doubled. They had 22 to 47. Days on market basically cut in half. I mean, it went from 81 to 45. So those are some pretty big numbers for a
Interesting,
county.
right?
Yep.
Like a
But
bunch of people
here's
sold and they're like, hey, let's sell our house too. They sold it in less than 45 days. And so you see a big rush of other homes come on the market to try to catch that little tide increase, leveling up. So
Here's what's crazy though, and I'm
yeah.
assuming with these numbers that we're going to see this change, but for March of last year, I don't know if it was just a bunch of kind of smaller properties that sold, but average sales price was down 37.2% from 395, almost 400,000, to about 250,000.
Wow.
So,
Maybe a big
100
grouping of lower priced townhomes. When you only have 19 to choose from, maybe that
it's yeah,
could be
not a great sample.
yeah.
So, interest rates, of course, the same basically, and absorption rate is down. So still a strong seller's market as well. So, all right, Jeremy, you want to talk about Fremont County and
Last
kind of
one,
maybe
Fremont
explain? I mean,
County.
Fremont kind of has two different areas, right? You have St. Anthony and Ashton, and then you have Island Park, a resort area. So
Kind of throws
it's
everything off,
throws
doesn't
everything off. Yeah.
it? But down from 15 to only 10 this last March, so 33% in number of transactions. Did see an increase of listings up 42% from that last year. Days on market is interesting, right? So we went from 95 to only 30, so things seem to be selling quicker. But look at the price. Last year the average was 42, so this year we had a bunch of things that must hit the market in that lower price range and pulled that average down. But we still have an absorption rate with active listings on the market of 6.5. So that's teetering on the side of buyer's market, right? There's so much inventory for the number of buyers in the market that they may have to start decreasing as there's more homes to choose from, and maybe the days on market will increase even from the 30 mark, and we'll see some things shift up there, I think, in Fremont County. So,
and I think
so
Island
overall,
Park
go
has
ahead.
a lot to do with that, because there are just a lot of properties that are pretty high priced in Island Park that just aren't moving. And so it's Fremont County is kind of a crazy one to kind of
Yeah,
gauge, because you really have two different worlds. So
yeah. And seasonality up there is a bit different than the rest of the area, right? The people snowed in Island Park, not too easy to sell a house. So
that's right. That's
cabin.
right.
So overall, I'd say the market is strong. You know, hopefully rates go down a little bit this year. We may not see it. If this is the new normal, you know, start planning towards that. And where can you live? If you had to pick one county, Chad says Bingham.
Well, that's where you're probably going to get the most affordable place.
Yeah. So if you can pick Bingham and you're working on affordability, that may be the place to go this year. But overall, looks like we have a pretty healthy market in sights for this summer, especially. Things, just the feel of the market right now, there's a lot of activity. Mike was mentioning this morning that, yeah, he's been on the phone with a bunch of people this week and last that are finally coming and ready to get back out there and buy something. Is that right, Mike? What else are you feeling?
I think people are seeing the interest rate staying pretty steady now, and they're not waiting so much for that interest rate going down, because they realize they can, you know, refinance when the time's right, but they need to get something now and start building their own equity rather than, you know, renting a property.
Totally. Lock in the price of the house today, and then if rates go down, refinance it later. Chad shared a great stat earlier, and then maybe we can end with this one, Chad, about net worth of individuals renting versus buying.
Yeah, so the average net worth of someone in the United States who rents a home is about $4,500. Garrick had mentioned if they're under the age of 30, the net worth is about zero. And so, but the average net worth of someone who owns a home is 135,000, I think I said, or 145. And anyway, so considerably different. And you're going to be paying, we all have to pay for our housing. And usually it's less if you're owning versus renting, except for maybe right now a little bit. But you know, whatever you can do to get into a home, you know, is a great thing for you and your family and generations to follow. So, Mike, it sounds like you were saying something, but it was muted.
No, I'm sorry, my wife walked in and started talking.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
Got it. No problem.
Well,
One last thing that I'll
go
share
ahead.
is,
Yeah.
I know it's a stat that some people like, with Bingham, Bonneville, and Jefferson counties, there's 251 pending between those three counties right now. So kind of a little bit of a gauge of the market. So anyway, all right, sounds good. Well, that's it for me. And thanks for watching. And that's it for everybody else, right? Anything else anybody else wants to share?
No, have a great day. If you have any other questions, you know, give us a call at our office, click on a link, we have open houses this month. We're attempting to do 30 in the next 30 days, starting tonight, with Zach's in Shamrock Park. So watch our Facebook page and go tour some houses and get into this market and see how you can fit in. So
sounds good. All right. Thanks, everybody.
See ya.